Hello students, is it audible? Hello? Hello? Is it audible?
Yes, sir, you are audible.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Yeah. In the last class, we have seen about the fundamentals of harmonics, and we have seen about the linear load and the nonlinear load characteristics also. And then we have seen about have been discussed about the voltage versus current distortion, right? And then we have discussed about the harmonic versus the transients. I thought to refresh some of the points, very important points of harmonic versus distortions. In general, the transients, especially the transients, this exhibit the high frequencies only. Okay. Uh, One thing is any abrupt change in a system. That means that abrupt change is with respect to the sudden because of the inductive and the capacitive elements, and whenever you connect any kind of energy source suddenly to a system also, even the elements which have the inductor and the capacitor also, in that case we'll be having the transients. And then the transients have been mentioned about the transients are with respect to the natural frequency of the system. Basically it depends upon the R and L and C. What are the transients which have been occurring in the system? It all depends upon the entire the resistance, the inductance, and then the capacitance. Okay. These the frequencies, the high frequencies are not necessarily harmonics. They are the natural frequency of the system at the and at the time of the switching operation. Okay, at the time of the switching operations. The transients basically the value of of any kind of a function, it all depends upon the exponential value with respect to the minus t by tau, some time constant. Okay. With respect to this, the maybe it is plus also, maybe sometimes. Okay. It is going to die out over a time constant of tau. Okay. And the frequency with which it is occurring is, it is of natural frequencies of the system. These frequencies of the transient have no relation to the system fundamental frequency, have no relation with respect to the system fundamental frequency. Okay. Whereas the harmonics are the integer multiple of the fundamental frequencies. Whereas the transients will be going to occur with respect to the frequency is dependent on the system components of RLNC. Especially these particular these distortions are nothing but the harmonics or the steady state phenomena or the steady state phenomena, whereas the transients are related to the a non-steady state phenomena, is related to the non-steady steady state phenomena. And these points we have been discussed in the earlier class also. Okay. Uh, the waveform distortion that produces the harmonics is present continuously. It is present continuously, at least for several seconds also, even several minutes also. Okay. Whereas the transients are usually died out within a few cycles, are dissipated within a few cycles. It all depends upon your time constant of the circuits. Uh, The one examples of the transients are associated with the changes in the system, such as switching off a capacitor banks. Okay. Yeah. And one more point. The harmonics are associated with the continuous operation of the loop. Harmonics are associated with continuous operation of the loop. And this particular next point, this is one case in which the distinction is blurred is transformer energization. Actually, this is the point which I thought to discuss with respect to the harmonic versus the distortion. Yeah, basically, when you are energizing a transformer, we'll be having a transient in terms of with respect to the magnetizing current or the inrush current. This is okay. This is a transient behavior. This is a transient behavior. Okay, it's a transient behavior, but can produce considerable the waveform distortion for many seconds and has been known to excite system resonance also, and has been known to excite system responses. Especially the transformer energization is the phenomena which is going to occur when when there is a no load condition. During the process of the transformer energization also, the current, when you look in the magnetizing current, when you look into the current also, it is when you look in the current, this is about this particular kind of a current which is going to occur maybe for a few cycles. When you do this particular current analysis, then after that it reaches to a steady state, this way. Okay. Especially this particular part, they say about it consists of this particular signal is when you do the analysis, they say about it will be having the certain harmonic components of the current also. But this particular case is a harmonics will be there also. It will be there for the short duration, and it is not like a continuous kind of a load phenomenon. Continuous kind of a load phenomenon. Okay, so that's what the harmonics are associated with the continuous operation of the loop. But this is a process where people were mentioning about this is a transient phenomena, and also this particular waveform, when they do the harmonic analysis, it have the harmonic components. Harmonic components. I'm not telling about what kind of the harmonic components will be existing also. I'm just telling about this particular signal of the magnetizing current, or the inrush current of a transformer will be having the harmonic components. Okay. Is the only the different case where it is having the transient as well as the harmonic components in a current waveform. Okay. And this particular thing, if you want to do the analysis or if you want to know about in detail about especially the transient phenomena, you can refer this textbook, Electrical Transient in Power System by Alan Greenwood, which is a very old textbook. You can refer this textbook if you want to understand thoroughly about any kind of a transients. It's not about the transformer energization. It is also about any kind of a transients also. Okay. Yeah. Next, I'm just there are some other topics are there which, as I mentioned in the last class, I want to discuss about the power system quantities. Quantities with respect to the harmonics. Okay, this part I will discuss in the next class also. Okay, now we'll see about the harmonic phase sequences. Harmonic phase sequences. See, these particular phase sequences might be you have been studied when you have been studied about a fault analysis. When you have studied about the fault analysis, you might be studied about the sequence components. That is positive sequence component, a negative sequence component, and zero sequence components. Zero sequence component. We have a phase sequences in the harmonics also. When you're studying about the harmonics also, we will be having the phase sequences. We'll see what kind of the phase sequence, how does the harmonic voltage or a current is treated with respect to the sequence components. Okay, this is the current, IA current is having that all the harmonics or the it will be having the second harmonic, third harmonic, and fourth harmonic, and fifth harmonic. Okay, let we consider this particular current of a phase A current is having all the harmonic components, and the current is assumed to be a balanced. To be a balanced. Okay, this is a very important point when you are discussing about the harmonic phase sequence. Yeah, this is particularly the theta in, maybe it is of a lagging angle. And the same thing, the phase C of the current of it's a leading phi plus theta n is a leading angle which we considered here. And now the phase B current lags by phase A current by 120 degrees. The Fourier series of the phase B current is of this particular equation, In of sine omega t, which is of t minus of 2 pi by 3 omega. It should not be 3 over here. Okay, correct. Okay, actually this particular equation is going to represent to us a sine of n omega 1t minus of 2 pi by that is n will be there 2 pi by 3 plus theta n will be there. Yeah, this particular equation. It is of, if you take about a fundamental value, you'll be getting of the sine omega 1t minus of 2 pi by 3 plus the theta 1. Okay, this is with respect to the fundamental quantity of the current of IB of t. This is with respect to the fundamental quantity of the component. And similarly, we have been representing the phase C current of current is leading by 120 degrees. The Fourier series of IC of t is all the other frequency, integer multiple of the frequency components. Yeah. Next, the frequency, the harmonic phases. The three components of IA, IB are being given over here. This is a fundamental quantity with respect to the IA, and I2, 2 omega 1 t plus theta 2 plus I3 of sine of 3 omega t plus theta 3. We have been expanding up to only the three terms of the above equation. Then IBT is equal to I1 of sine omega 1t plus theta 1 minus 2 pi by 3. This actually we have been written over here, this particular first term. And then the second term, which is of sine 2 omega 1t plus theta 2 by something we have been missed over here. It should be when 2 is there, right? It should be 4 here. I think so. Just a minute. Yeah, it should be. Yeah, correct. Here we'll be having of omega n 2 omega 1 t minus of 4 pi by 3 4 pi by 3 plus theta n, which we'll be getting of sine of. This equation again we can write it out as sine of 2 omega 1 t plus 2 pi by 3 plus theta n. Okay, so that is what we have come out here. It is a plus over here. Okay, this is plus over here. Then again this particular I3, which is of 3 pi 2 pi by 3, that means that 120 into 3, it is again 360. So that is the way we got over here. It is minus 0. Okay, minus 0. Then IC has been written as here we'll be getting as this particular equation. We'll be getting as 2 into 2 pi by 3. 2 into 2 pi by 3. Okay, then we can write it down as minus 2 pi by 3. It's a trigonometric coordinate conversion. We have been converting into a with reference to the 0 only. Okay. So instead of, see, this vector of 2 pi by 3, it will be flying up over here, the second harmonic of the I2. Okay, because of that we have been written as the minus 2 pi by 3 over here. Plus I3 again, it is 3 into plus 3 into 2 pi by 3, which is again represented to a plus 0 degrees. Okay, this about the three components of IA, IB and IC. Yeah. Now when you try to make out a phasor diagram of the three components, of the individual three components, this is the component of the IA, that is I1 by root 2 at an angle of 0 degrees. And this is the component of IB, and this is the component of IC. You can see the equations which we have written in this particular equations. These are the equations. Okay, sine omega t plus theta 1, sine omega t minus 2 pi by 3. The fundamental component I1 is equal to sine omega t plus theta plus 2 pi by 3. Now we can make out this way. Okay, these are the fundamental currents which are being moving out. These are the phasors, right? These are moving out of, with respect to this, the phasor is moving in this particular direction, moving with the frequency of omega 1, moving with the frequency of omega 1. These are represented to a positive sequence component, the positive sequence component, and the rotation is of ABC. I mean, that means that this is a phasor which is rotating and the B phase is going to come. I mean, first is the phase of A, which is going to come to the peak value. Then the IB is going to come to the negative peak, and whatever it may be, that means that we are going to get the positive peak over here. Or at after 120 degrees rotation of this IA, we'll be getting the IB to be a 0. It looks like the voltages of phase A, phase B of the positive sequence. This is the waveform for the phase A, and for the phase B, it is going to come to the it is going to come to this particular this. Okay, next we are going to get out the other phase is yeah, maybe this is IA, this is IA, and this is IA, and this is of IB, and this is of IC. Okay, this way. Now this particular the fundamental components are representing to the a positive sequence positive sequence components. When you consider this second order harmonics, we'll be getting the second order harmonic component. One is of just a minute. See, in this particular equations, the theta 1 which we have been consider the theta 1 as a 0 only. Okay, even you can consider also at one particular point, this is these components are going to come to the, you can consider it as a 0, but at any point of a time, there may be the IA is going to come over with respect to the 0 degrees. When these are the components are continuously rotating with respect to the time. These are the phasors, right? At one point, the IA has come to over here, then IB has come over here, and then the IC is going to come this way. Okay, IA, IB, and IC. And when you draw the second harmonic components, the I2 will be here, the I2. This is IA1, IB2, and IC, sorry, IB1 and IC1. These are the components are rotating with respect to this sequence of with omega 1. If I able to draw the second harmonic over here, this is of IA2, then the IB2 is here. IB2 is here. Whereas IC2 is going to come over this. IC2 is going to come over this. Here, the rotation of the vectors is not going to change. The rotation of the vectors is the same only. Is going to rotate in this particular direction because this IA2 is rotating with a frequency of 2 omega 1. Okay, it's a 2 omega 1, but it is rotating in the same direction. But here the phase sequence with which the zero crossing is going to come with respect to the A and then C and then the B. Whereas here it is a sequence which is rotating as A, B, C. But here it is sine 2 omega t, and obviously this is going to rotate in the same direction of what it is rotating. But the only thing is it is having about rotating with a 2 omega 1. When you see about the third harmonic, and also when you see these particular the second harmonic components are going to represent to the negative sequence, whatever the symmetrical component theory you have been studied, these are going to replicate to the negative sequence components. These are going to represent to a negative sequence components. These are going to represent to a positive sequence components. But whereas in a power system, when you're resolving to the symmetrical components, unbalanced voltage to a symmetrical component, there the positive sequence and then the negative sequence and then the zero sequence components are rotating with the fundamental frequency, are rotating with the fundamental frequencies. You don't think like the negative sequence will be rotating other frequency. It's not like that. All the sequence components, the positive sequence and the negative sequence and then zero sequence are rotating with respect to the fundamental sequence components. Okay. And this zero sequence is also a phasor. Don't think like the zero sequence is not a phasor. It's also going to represent to a phasor only. Okay. Is also going to represent maybe the zero sequence is maybe it is IA. I'm just mentioning it as A0 of sine of omega 1t, whereas IB0 of sine of omega 1t and IC0 of sine of omega 1. These are the sinusoidal components which is of rotating with respect to the omega 1. Okay. And even this negative sequence also going to represent to the sinusoidal signals only, represent to a sinusoidal signals of the fundamental frequency component. In a similar case, so when you see about this particular third harmonic components, when you see about this particular third harmonic components, it is of IA3 is over here, IA3 is over here, and IB3 is over here, IB3, and the IC3, and we have over here IC3. These are all the components. See, with it is rotating with respect to the 3 omega 1, with respect to the 3 omega 1. Whereas the fundamental values which is rotating with the omega 1, the second harmonic is going to have the negative sequence components, have the negative sequence components, but have the negative sequence components, but it is rotating with a 2 omega 1. Whereas the third harmonic components, are representing to a zero sequence, components. When you go so on, the I4 current, and then in a phase A and phase B and phase C, this again what we get, it is sine of, when you try to make out as sine of 4 omega 1 t plus theta 4, then I4b as sine of 4 omega 1 in this particular in the earlier equation, what we have seen that this particular equation, this particular equation, what we get it here, it is the fourth equation here. What we get was this particular equation. When you see that, we'll be getting us I4 of sine of 4 omega 1 t plus theta n, theta 4, minus of 4 2 pi by 3. It is of 120 degrees minus of 360 degrees minus of 120 degrees. We are going to represent again the positive sequence only. It is omega 1t plus theta 1, theta 4, minus of 2 pi by 3. Okay, minus of 2 by 3. Whereas I4c, which is of sine of 4 omega 1 t plus theta 4 plus 2 pi by 3. This way it is going to come. Again, this the fourth harmonic is very well going to represent to the a positive sequence, like is the fourth harmonic is IA4, then you have here IB4, and then IC4, but thing is it is rotating with respect to the whatever the positive sequence are there, the same sequence, like A4 and then B4 and then C4, but it is rotating with respect to the omega 4. Okay, omega 4. These are, and next when you go to the fifth harmonic, we'll be coming out as the IA5, and then IC5, and we have here it is IB5. These are rotating this way with a frequency of I have to make out another way also. Okay, we have been trying to represent to a fundamental frequency, that is W omega 1 times of 4 omega 1, and here omega 1 of 5 omega 1. And then the sixth harmonics, again it is going, this is following the negative sequence of again A5 and C5 and then the B5. Whereas the sixth harmonic component, which is going to come out as IA6, IB6, IC6, these are all zero sequence, representing a zero sequence, which is going to rotate with respect to 6 omega 1. The rotation, it's not because now all are rotating in with the same frequency. Okay, these are all about the harmonic sequence components. Okay, it is very much similar to a sequence components like positive sequence component, negative sequence component, zero sequence component. The thing is, here, whatever the sequence components are there, either positive or negative or zero sequence, these are rotating with a different frequency with the different frequencies, the integer multiple of the frequency. Suppose if you take the second harmonic, it is going to represent to the negative sequence components, but the phasor rotation is of the 2 omega 1, and the sequence is ACB, which is going to represent to the negative sequence components. Whereas the third harmonic and then the sixth harmonic and so on so forth, these are the harmonics which are going to represent the zero sequence components. When you take about the third harmonic, it is going to rotate with the 3 omega 1. When you take about the sixth harmonic, it is going to rotate with the 6 omega 1. When you take about the fifth harmonic, it is going to represent to the negative sequence and it is rotating with the 5 omega 1. Okay, yeah. And here is the yeah. These are all the second harmonic, which I just mentioning about the IA2, IC2, and IB2. This is about IA3, IB3, and IC3. Third harmonic, which is going to represent to the zero sequence. Yeah, here is a tabular column. The harmonic order of 1 is going to represent the positive sequence. The second harmonic order is going to represent the a negative sequence. The third harmonic is going to represent the zero sequence. Fourth harmonic is positive sequence, and the fifth harmonic is negative, and then the sixth harmonic is zero sequence. This is about the harmonics order. It is going to represent to the way which is going to represent to the sequence component. Because no, the hard harmonics will be not going to present in our system, especially the even harmonics. We don't have the even harmonics, the second and then the fourth and then 8 and then 10 harmonics won't be there because of the half phase symmetry. These are the harmonics will not be existing in a system, in an electrical system. So they have represented to the only the hard harmonic phase sequence, the harmonic order of 1, which is of the positive sequence, 7th and then 13th. Here it is, the negative sequence is 5, 11, 17th are the negative sequence components. All the triplet harmonics will be existing. These are the triplet harmonics are represent to a zero sequence, are going to represent to a zero sequence. These zero sequence components are being called as the triplet harmonics. Have been called as in the harmonics. We will be calling as a triplet harmonics. We are going to see now what is the triplet harmonics, how does it is going to influence a system also. Okay. Yeah. The first point is the triplet harmonics becomes an important issue. For a grounded Y system with current flowing in a neutral. Yeah, here is a waveform which is of a fundamental waveform. This is about the fundamental waveform. And it is also having the a third harmonic current. It is also having the a third harmonic current here. Okay, third harmonic current in all the phases of phase A, and then phase B, and then the phase C. One of the a typical problem which arises are overloading the neutral and then the telephone interference also. Okay, telephone interference. We'll try to see about the overloading phenomena. Suppose if there is a current which is of in a phase A is I3 of sine of 3 omega 1 t. At theta I'm not writing about. This is one of the phase of A phase. Then the B phase, which is B phase current flowing over here, is I3B is of sine of 3 omega 1 t minus of 3. It is going to come as yeah, the same only. Okay, this way. Just a minute. I have to. Yeah. Yeah. Next, the I3C current, third harmonic current is of sine of 3 omega 1 t. Okay, this is about the third harmonic current in phase C. Okay, now when you are allowing these particular currents, when you have a neutral over here, we'll be having the this particular current waveform is going to be flowed in a neutral. This is the balanced fundamental currents. Okay, and they have written is sum to be 0, but balanced third harmonic currents coincide with each other. Maybe it's a coplanar or coincide with each other. That's what the phasor it goes as the I3A and sorry, IA3 it should be, then IB3, and it should be of IC3. What we are going to get out this particular equation, and see, this is the current which is flowing is IA, the instantaneous current, and then IB, and then IC, and the current which is leaving is neutral current of IN. With respect to the third harmonic currents, when you do that, IA3 plus IB3 plus IC3 is equal to IN. I mean, I'm just applying the KCL at this particular point N. The KCL has been applied at a point capital N. This is the equation. when you apply these currents of the instantaneous currents, I mean, you consider this, the magnitude of the third harmonic current is the same as I3A is equal to I3B is equal to I3C, which is equal to I3, something like I3. And what we get was we get an equation of 3I3 of sine of 3 omega 1 t is equal to In. This is the amount of the current, the 3 times of the I3 current is going to flow through the neutral, through the neutral. That means that here, if you take about this particular point of the fourth point, some of the currents at node N, the fundamental component current in the neutral are zero, are zero. Okay, I will come back to that point later. But the third harmonic currents are 3 times the phase currents because they naturally coincide in phase and time. Okay. Okay, this is the case of a typical problem when you have the triplet harmonics. We'll be having the overloading the neutral. The neutral wire is overloaded because now we are when you have a triplet harmonic current, 3 times of the phase current which is going to flow through the neutral current. This is the one of the problem. Coming back to the fundamental values, the fundamental currents. Here you are taking about the fundamental current components in the neutral are zero. I mean, you can take out the balanced currents. We have been assuming that these are the balanced currents. Then IA1 of sine omega t, omega 1t plus IB1, maybe the magnitude wise of the fundamental is the same only. This is IA1, sorry, 1 only, this 1 plus I1 of sine of omega 1t minus 120 degrees plus I1 of sine of omega 1t plus 120 degrees. If you do the instantaneous values of summation, it becomes a zero only. Okay, it becomes a zero when there is a case of the balanced current. If it is unbalanced currents, unbalanced fundamental currents, if you are allowing the unbalanced currents, then we'll be having the a neutral component of the current because the summation is not equal to zero. At this particular point of In, if there is unbalanced currents, then obviously the fundamental of IA1 and IB1 plus the instantaneous fundamental current of IC1 is not equal to zero, then there is existence of the neutral component of the current which is going to flow in a system. But our discussion is restricted to the triplet harmonics currents. One thing is when you are having a triplet harmonics, okay, then obviously your neutral is overloaded. Okay, that neutral will be overloaded. Here also we will be discussing over here conditions perfectly balanced single phase loads in ground wise system. We have a perfectly balanced single phase loads also. In that case, we'll be having the neutral current contains no fundamental, but third harmonic current is 30% of the current also. Here we can see that the IN, when you have a triplet harmonic current has been allowed in a system, we'll be having a 3 times of I3, 3 times of I9. These are all the triplet harmonic currents. Okay, neutral harmonic current has harmonic current where its values are this way. This is the where, I mean, here in this particular case, we have been connected the single phase harmonic loads, which are perfectly balanced, perfectly balanced. In that case, we'll be having the problem of overloading of the neutral. these are all, I'm just representing over here in what way and the neutral current are going to represent to a instantaneous currents. I've been already given also, but I'm just giving about the neutral currents. When you have this combination of the currents, actually, when you consider it as half-wave symmetry, we'll be having that all the odd harmonics. So I1, the instantaneous currents of balanced currents, the IA and IB and IC have been given here. I1 and I3 and I5. See these components of the currents which are going to represent to a zero sequence currents of instantaneous current, and this is the currents of I5 which is going to represent to a negative sequence components of the currents. Then when you do the summation of the instantaneous currents of IA and IB and IC, because these are the currents. If you consider a star connected Y connected neutral this way, this is IA current and this is of this is the current of IB and this is the current of IC. These are the instantaneous current representation. And now we have a neutral over here. Neutral over here. Okay. And a neutral current which is called as IN. We applied simply simple KCL over at this particular point node N, capital N. We are being getting as IN of T instantaneous current. This components of the fundamental currents is going to 0. These components are going to 0. Whereas even this fifth harmonic currents, these are the balance currents which are representing to the negative sequence component. These currents also become to a 0, the fifth harmonic current. Only the existence will be the third harmonic currents. The third harmonic currents. This third harmonic, see the instantaneous current is 3 times of I3 of sine of 3 omega 1t plus theta 3. And the 3 times of I9, 3 times of 9 I9, sine of 9 omega 1t plus theta 9, and so on, all the triplet harmonics of the instantaneous. Here, what are the implications will be there when you have been allowing the triplet harmonics? The transformers with the neutral connection, when you have a neutral connection, grounded, overheating when serving a single phase loads on the Y side of the transformer. When you have in the distribution side, the transmission side is of delta also. See, because of that reason, in the transmission side, the triplet harmonics will be circulating over each other in this particular case. Okay. Whereas in the case of the distribution side, all the triplet harmonics currents are going to flow in the neutral. In the neutral. Overheating when serving a single phase. Sorry. We have a overheating when serving the single phase load on the Y side of the transformer. Here, the measuring current on the delta side of the transformer will not show the triplet harmonics. The measuring the current on the delta side, especially on the lines, and if you are measuring the triplet harmonics, if you want to see on the lines, it won't be we're not able to see also. The delta side of the transformer will not show. But if you are measuring able to see over across the delta side, either on the winding side, on the winding, if you are able to measure, then the triplet harmonics will be there. The flow of the triplet harmonics can be interrupted by the appropriate isolation transformer connection. Okay, the flow of the triplet harmonics can be interrupted by appropriate isolation transformer. Basically, there, if you are not having the a transformer which doesn't have the neutral winding, if you have been isolating the primary side and the secondary side, then we'll be not having the triplet harmonics. Okay. Yeah. Next is this is one of the case of the transformer and flow of triplet currents in delta grounded by transformer is trapped in delta winding. That in the delta winding it is trapped, whereas the triplet harmonics will be there on the star side. This you've been knowing it also. Yeah. Next, so far we have seen about the sequence components, the the harmonic phase sequence, and then we have seen about the triplet harmonics also. Okay, how about it is going to affect the neutral or neutral wire will be overloaded, and also there is the triplet harmonic frequency component will be having the interference with respect to the telephone lines also. Okay, the interference is the phenomena actually when it is basically is of is of the resonance phenomenon only. And you have the frequency components with the other like the telephone lines of the transmission of the energy with respect to the higher order frequency. If those frequency components having the influence with respect to the any kind of the triple harmonic component, then we'll be having the interference. It is not with the telephonic lines interference. It may be the other frequency components. If there is anything like your the negative sequence component currents also. I mean, when there is a neutral path allowed only, we will be having it. It is not if there is any unbalanced sequence components. See, unbalance will be there also. See, it is not typically we will be not having the unbalance in the harmonic component of the currents. Like if you consider about the fifth harmonic component of the current. In general, the fifth harmonic component of the current, unbalanced kind of a thing will be not going to exist. If there is any unbalanced component of the fifth harmonic current, in that case, the fifth harmonic current is also flowing through the neutral well. In that case, we'll be having the electromagnetic interference will also be there also. Yeah. Next is, so far we have been discussed about these phase sequence and then the triplet harmonics. See, how do you quantify the distortion factor in a system? In a system, how much the distortion will be there? I mean, we consider the to be a pure sinusoidal signal is ultimately what we are being expected in the voltage or the current also. When you have a distortion, if you want to quantify how much the distortion level is there in a system, for that there are the different kind of the harmonic indices are there. One such a indices is the total harmonic distortion. The other is the total demand distortion. Total harmonic distortion is a measure of the effective value of the harmonic components of the distorted waveform. That is the THD. THD is equal to the distortion value, something like H is greater than 1 of up to the maximum order harmonic of the RMS value of this one is, I can consider it is the magnitude of MH also, right? M. Here in this particular case, if you have any DC component, generally the DC component won't be there. If you have a DC component, the square here, square of. If you have any DC component, we'll be adding over here as MDC. MDC square. Yeah. Okay. There is another way of measuring the THD also. Like the THD is equal to the total signal RMS, the total signal RMS, value square minus of the fundamental value of the RMS by the fundamental RMS. This way, when you are taking out the RMS value, I mean, you can't, once you calculate the RMS values, the VRMS is equal to something like the VDC square of V1 square plus V2 square and so on and so forth. Okay. And minus of the fundamental value, we can find out the RMS values very well also. If you are able to find out the fundamental frequency component, it is very easy to find out the RMS value of the particular signal also. Once you find out the total RMS and then subtracting the fundamental component square, then we'll be getting out in the numerator of the distortion RMS value by the V1. This way, we can find out the total harmonic distortion. Total harmonic distortion, which we can find it out as the voltage as well as the current. In the next class, we'll try to see about what is the importance of the total demand distortion. Okay.